Who can the Niners trade for if need another wide receiver? Interesting. Let's see. I got three names. I think. Yeah, I got three names. Keenan Allen. Well, two names. Three names. Keenan Allen, Marvin Jones, and Kenny Stills. All three guys are kind of mid-level-y expensive and on the final years of their contract and playing for bad teams. Like the Chargers wouldn't trade Keenan Allen now, but if they're 0-6 or 2-4, they might trade him because Keenan Allen might be disgruntled the way Emmanuel Sanders was. But remember, Sanders wanted out of Denver, forced his way off, came to the Niners, and it was a seamless transition because Denver's offensive coordinator, Rich Scangarello, came from the 49ers, used the same offense and the same verbiage. So I love that word, verbiage. So Sanders didn't really have to learn anything. He understood the language the Niners were speaking as soon as he walked in the building. Keenan Allen will be that way. Marvin Jones wouldn't be that way. So even if they do need a wide receiver, they might want to make the move a little sooner this year than last year because that guy's going to take some time. Every player seems to take a little bit of time to learn the verbiage because you guys don't know it, but a lot of teams want to pare down the words. So they'll have like a play be like 2 words and a number, something, and then like 357. And that'll be it. Like it'll be like the protection, and then the numbers are the routes for the 3 different players. That's it. And the whole idea is to keep it short and easy so players don't have to think too much. Shanahan, first of all, he calls 2 plays. And the plays are paragraphs. So he'll be like, blah, 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 20 words, and then he'll say, can it, which means if you don't get the look you want for this play, then you go to play number 2. So he'll go, blah, 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 can it, blah, 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 and then he says that, and the quarterback has to hear it and then repeat it over the crowd noise, and then every player in the huddle has to know which part of that like 2-chunk paragraph applies to them. It's not easy. I mean, it's not even easy in a classroom, let alone on a field with pressure when you're actually trying to think about getting open and playing well. It takes practice. You need to do it a lot in practice on a field. So I'm curious to see if the Niners can do the same move they did last year. Will the Chargers want to trade their best wideout with a newly drafted quarterback? Yeah, exactly. But what I'm saying is if the same situation happens to the Chargers this season that happened to the Broncos last season where they're bad and the wide receiver demands a trade basically, or is so disgruntled that you can't keep him in the locker room. That's why Sanders was gone. I mean, I'm sure they would have liked to keep Sanders on the team for Drew Lock, at least for the rest of the season. But if the Chargers just fall apart, and how are they going to get Herbert up to speed so he can play well in before the trade deadline? How are the Chargers? I don't know. Sanu could be available midseason. Yes, that's true. Sanu did play for the 49ers. For Kyle Shanahan in Atlanta. A lot of people thought the Niners would go after Sanu last year when they got Sanders. Maybe Sanu. They're so different. Sanu would be like just a slot receiver. He'd be like if Jalen Hurd and Trent Taylor and Juwan Jennings didn't come through, right? The Chargers defense is crazy good, though. Yeah, I forget that because they didn't have Derwin last year, and now he's coming back. Good point.